Do you want to introduce this new team, please? Yeah. Oh, you want me to?
Okay. This is an incident that took place in October last year that was recorded by the local security police. This is the mayor of Ramos Arizpe, who is explaining to the cameras about that incident. That incident was recorded by security camera. The Ramos Arizpe government put security cameras all over the city, the town, and one of the cameras recorded an unusual incident because a commander that was doing some surveillance called the central to the 060 emergency phone, and he said, "Look, put the camera to that object. It's in the sky, look like a star, but it's very bright, very bright." So they immediately in the monitoring center put the camera to that direction, and what you are about to see is what happened that night.
Here he's explaining how expensive these cameras are, how sophisticated they are. They can read a plate from a car 500 meters away, 600 yards away.
This is the camera, the actual camera, as you can see, strategically mounted. Now the mayor is explaining why they buy these cameras, how much they cost, and this is the director,
the head of the police.
Of the center, the monitoring center. He's also declaring how they received this call from a commander officer. And as you can see, all of them are coming forward. This is the new attitude of our church. Now, this is the actual footage.
This guy was already presented in television in Mexico. The astronomers, the scientists don't know what is this. At the beginning, they tried to explain this as an aberration from the lens. But since the circles are not concentric, since the hole in the middle moves from one side to the next, then this cannot be considered to be an aberration of the lens.
And besides, the personnel of the monitoring center had a visual contact through the windows of the object, and they also described that the object was moving, making erratic movements that were registered by the security camera, as you can see here.
Remember, this camera security is 1 frame per second. This is not the actual time, okay? But you can see how the object moves and how the center moves, creating this hole. What this hole is, it's a dimensional vortex, dimensional door, a wormhole. After this was recorded, there were many sightings in the area. Even when the president went there in November, in the airport, they had to close the airport because a big, spider web was in the sky, spider web.
Like spider web, we think could be angel hair or something like that.
And then this spider web came down to the airport and completely covered the airport. They don't know what it was, but they had to close the airport for 2 hours to clean it from this strange material that came from the sky. 2 weeks later, Santiago Iturria received from England new images with the same phenomenon that had never been recorded before that day, before Ramos Arizpe.
This is a photograph of this strange ring, a multicolored ring in the sky, very bright, that was recorded in Sussex 2 weeks later, and took me by surprise because it looks similar to the object in Ramos Arizpe. So we made some comparisons, and we were able to establish a possible link with incidents taking place in Mexico and also in England. But that was not all, because more were to come in England. As you can see here, this is a comparison. To the left, there is the ring from Sussex and in England, and to the right, the one from... They look similar, very similar. And, well, you know, we think that in some way this is a new phenomenon that we were expecting to repeat, and it did. It repeated itself in England.
2 weeks later. Is that the way these creatures, these ships, come to Earth through these holes? I don't know. It's very difficult to know. Hypothetically, these wormholes exist. Nobody has proved that they really can be created. Just it's an hypothesis. As you know from Albert Einstein, Stephen Hawking, Carl Sagan, and others, said that this was possible, but no one has ever proved that they really existed.
So when we began discussing in this research about this new phenomena, we decide, and well, we comment, could this be the initiation of the known, these unknown dimensional portholes? Of course, we were speculating in certain, but as you can see, in December, another one appeared in England, and we were wondering, maybe this is a new kind of phenomena that is going to show, is going to appear, telling us something, maybe giving us some clues how it's possible from a known technology, advanced technology, to in some way bend the space-time for certain purposes. These were theories before we witnessed these events, but we now have visual images, we have now graphic images to analyze, to study, and finally we have a great video, an amazing video that you are going to see.
Well, this picture is from December the 3rd, okay? It's a different event. Now we have 3 events, and there are more. I didn't present them all because Santiago received at least 2 more from England. And again, I really believe England and Mexico at this moment, in this phenomenon, are connected. Obtaining in Mexico. Can we turn off the lights, please? Is it possible? The sound is coming, the sound? I've been recording for more than half an hour. This is just a couple of months ago, July 1st, 2007. This must be huge. He said more than 100 meters. I believe these things, the reason for this is to carry the spheres and to leave the spheres in there. A week later, July 8, 2007, we have more than, I don't want to exaggerate, more than 10 or 15 videos from this year of these kind of things.